Hey friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly and I am so excited to do this collab with Justine from Debt Free Millennials on our 5 free things to do when paying off debt. So as you guys know, paying off debt can be a long process and quite hard. Me and my husband paid off $23,000 worth of debt. Well, I paid off before we got married, and then we cash flowed our wedding and we cash flowed a car, and now we're saving for a house. So even though we are not in debt, we still have to find free things to do because it can be a long process and it can be like scorched earth budget. We are just trying to save as much money as possible for this new house because we want to move in the next year so that we can start making lots and lots of babies. And by lots of babies, I mean I want 10 and he wants 2. So we will probably settle and have 2. But it is a long process, so we are saving lots of money and trying to find creative ways to do free things and free activities. So Justine and I are teaming up and we're gonna talk about some of our free activities that we can do that is so much fun and just creative and getting out there and being active and different things like that. So if you're new to my channel, Freedom in a Budget, I hope that you subscribe, stick around, join the family. I do lots of videos on saving money, on budgeting, on cutting grocery costs, on losing weight on a budget. I'm currently losing weight on Weight Watchers and I have tons of videos about that as well. So if you are new, I hope that you subscribe, stick around, join the family, and please like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps promote the channel and the videos, and it's a great free way to help my channel grow. Also, I will have a blog post on this as well at freedominabudget.com, my new website, and I'll have it all linked down below for you guys. So I'll go into a little bit more detail on each of the activities and kind of expand on them a little bit. So let's get into it. Number 1 is to find a local park or nature sanctuary, something like that. There are so many free parks that you probably don't even know about. Just do a simple Google search of free park in blah, blah, blah county. And I'm sure tons of them will come up and you can go and explore different parks. We have one in a town next door to us called Gumbo Limbo. It is so much fun. It is a nature preserve sanctuary for sea turtles. So we live close to the beach and we have a big problem with sea turtles. And actually, during certain parts of the year, they turn off all of the street lights because the sea turtles are attracted to light and they will go towards the road versus going towards the ocean. They're supposed to be following the moon and going towards the ocean to the water, but when we have all of our street lights on, then they go towards the street lights and they can actually get killed. So it is so fascinating of how it all works, and then you'll see all of the like taped off area and you'll see mounds where they lay their eggs in the ocean, in the sand, which is so cool. But anyways, Gumbo Limbo is right across the street from the ocean and they have a sea turtle preserve and it's so cool. They have all the big tanks with all the sea turtles. You can see the little baby ones that they're rescuing and getting back to health, and I'll have some pictures up for you guys. So cool. And they also have walking trails. So it is one of our favorite places to go. Just explore, get outside, get some walking in, and learn about nature and see the little sea turtles because they're so cute. And they have big ones too, which is really cool. Number 2 is to make a time capsule. This is so much fun. Jamie and I love doing this. So actually, I think it was like 6th grade, our town hall in our town burnt down. And it was because the pipes froze. It was middle of winter, pipes froze, and they were welding the pipes or something, and it burst, and I don't know. But the whole spark flew, and the whole town hall burnt down. It was devastating. But when they rebuilt it, they decided to do a town time capsule. Now, I grew up in the boondocks, a very small town, very small town, and I think there's like 1,200 people. And so we decided to all come together and we did a big time capsule, and we put in like magazines, newspapers, CDs, all sorts of random stuff. And then in 50 years, we're gonna be opening it up. So do a time capsule with your family, do one with your spouse, and just find different things from the time frame, things that you're interested in, and then open it up in, I don't know, if you have kids, maybe a month. A month for them is like forever. So open it in a month or a year or 5 years or 10 years. And put a notification in your phone, in your calendar, so that you know where it is and what it is. So you're not like, crap, it is time. So in like 2 years from now or whatever it is, on April whatever, put a thing, open time capsule in closet, or wherever it is. So you're under bed or whatever it is. And it's so fun just to get creative, maybe write letters to each other or letters to your future self, or, you know, what's going on, or what are some goals that you want to accomplish then, and then open it up and see what it is. So this is so fun to do with your kids. It's so fun to do with your spouse or a best friend or something like that. And it's a great free activity to just get creative, look around, be like, okay, what can we put in here? What can we do? What magazines or what, you know, letters or what pictures or different things like that, and then open it up, and it's a really fun surprise. Number 3 is to scan old pictures. So this may sound kind of morbid, but whenever a family member dies in my family, we always pull out all the albums, we make a big collage, and we look at all the family photos. And it's such a time of just tears and laughing and, you know, happy tears, and just a time to come together and remember this, or, you know, or them telling us a story of a family member or something that they did that was crazy, or did you know that your grandfather did this, or did you know that your mother did this? Different things like that. And so over those years, whenever we do it, I'll take like 15 to 50 photos. Let's be honest, I love photos. So I'll take them home with me of, you know, ones that I love with me and my grandfather, or I've lost my mom, so me and my mom, and we don't have many pictures of us together, so I cherish them, of, you know, just those old photos. And so scan some of them, digitalize them, and it's really great way to just have a, you know, album of them. I actually have an album on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, of old photos, and they are sometimes embarrassing to me and other people, and they get mad at me or be like, seriously, Kelly, you had to put that up. But it's so fun. So doing that, or putting them in a Dropbox or something, so that you can keep them for years and years to come and you never lose them. So I'm going to have some pictures up of me and my childhood and our pictures, which is so fun. Number 4 is to make a family tree. This is so much fun. I love doing this and digging into the research and the history of your family and how it all came together, and how people came over to Ellis Island. We have family that came over from Scotland, from Norway, from Ireland, all over. And I just love doing it. So you can go on sites like Ancestry.com or genealogy.com and just find out all the like deep history of it. If you are local to where your family grew up, then you can go to the local library, and a lot of times they'll have birth records and all different really cool books, old yearbooks. We saw my father's old yearbook, and it's really cool because my father went to the same high school as me and my sister did. And one of his teachers, Mr. Benoit, I think it was his first year of teaching that my father had. And then my sister was his last year of teaching, the year he retired. So we always joked that Megan was the one that caused him to retire, because he just couldn't deal with another Smith, and he couldn't wait to get to me. So that was really funny. But I love doing this, and I love just researching it. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll call up old relatives that I haven't seen since like a wedding or a funeral, and I'll say, hey, do you know who this person's father was? Or do you know who this person's cousin was? And see if you can dig into it a little bit deeper. And then it gives time for connection with them and saying, you know, catching up on life and different things. So not only building out this really cool family tree, but also connecting with older relatives and hearing stories. The stories that you can hear is so fascinating, and just being like, what? I would never expect my grandfather to do that. Or really? That happened? So cool. My grandmother grew up on a farm. My dad was a farmer, so my grandmother grew up on a farm. And my grandfather was from Texas, which if you ask my dad his like heritage of where countries we're from, he will say that we are Irish and Texan. And then you'll be like, Dad, Texas isn't a country. Yes, it is. So yeah, fun fact about my dad. But my grandfather grew up in Texas, and he was building the power lines across the country from Texas all the way up through Maine. And those power lines that he was building went right through my grandmother's property, because she grew up on a huge farm, and he fell in love with the farmer's daughter, you know, the country song. And so he ended up quitting the job and staying there and became a farmer. And that's how he met my grandmother, which is so cool. And like, those are the stories that you hear about. Those are the stories that you find out when you're doing this deep genealogical study of your family, which is so cool to do. So that is a great way to just dig in, and something that you can do that'll take up a lot of time when you're trying to get out of debt and find things to do. And lastly, number 5 is to serve the community. This is such a great way to get out there, give back to the community, take your mind off of spending money and give back. It's so awesome. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll go down to the beach and we'll pick up trash. We'll go down and we'll bring trash bags and we'll clean up the beach. It is such a problem with all the cigarette butts and all the food containers and soda cans and water bottles and stuff that you see on the beach. And so we go and clean it up. Also, we'll go to a local food bank and organize their shelves and hand out food to people. It is so rewarding. It is incredible. So go to your local churches. I'm sure they need help. Go to local food banks. Do a Google search of things to volunteer in this county or this town. I'm sure you will find tons of opportunities. Just spread the word of saying, hey, I'm looking to give back. I'm looking to volunteer. What can I do? How can you help? Is there a library? They may need help as well. Is there, a local church or local whatever it is? Going and cooking for the firefighters, the policemen. That is something that we always did growing up, is going and serving that way. We used to go and bring our pets to the local nursing home. With that, you do have to get it cleared with the nursing home. A lot of times you have to show vaccination records, which you just call up your vet and get those and bring those as well. But it is such a great way, and the people in the nursing home love it. They love seeing the dogs, the cats, the different animals. We would always bring big dogs and little dogs because some people like the big dogs, some people like the little dogs. And so much fun. So guys, there's so many ways to just give back, to serve, to get some exercise and do different things while paying off debt, and to keep yourself accountable, keep yourself distracted from shopping and spending money. There's so many ways. So your turn. Let me know down below in the comments, what are some ways that you like to distract yourself from paying off debt, to keep yourself motivated, to not spend money. I would love to hear from you guys. Also, do not forget Justine's channel, Debt Free Millennials. I will have her link down below. Go check her out. If you're coming over from Justine's channel, welcome. I hope that you subscribe and stick around. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.